Reorganization meeting this evening. We'd like to have everyone stand for a moment of silent reflection and then the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As we do every year, reorganization, as mayor, I start to look for a new president, to nominations. So I'll ask for a nomination for president for 2021. Do I hear any nominations?
I'll nominate Joe Polari for the office of president.
I'll second the nomination.
Is there any other nominations?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Ed Tukmajian for president for 2021.
Is there a second to that?
I'll second it.
Okay. Well, then, as just heard, the last one we just heard for Ed Tukmajian, we'll call a vote on that.
Mayor, call the vote for Joe Polari first.
Yes. So, all in favor of Ed Tukmajian as president of the council in 2021? Could I hear?
Vote aye.
Aye.
I hear two votes. Not
I
enough.
heard one.
Not enough votes for that. We'll go back to the other nomination of Joe Polari as president for 2021. All in favor?
Aye.
Is that three votes I hear? Joe Polari, was it aye? Ed Kisselbeck
Yes?
and Joe Knowles?
Aye.
Congratulations, Joe Polari, for 2021 as our new president. You now take over, Joe Polari.
Thank you, Mayor. We're going to go to number 4 on the agenda, election of council vice president for 2021. Do we have any nominations?
I'm
I'll
gonna
nominate Councilman Sloan, Mr. Polari.
Thank you. Any other nominations?
You need a second on that.
Need a second.
Do you have a second? I'm sorry.
We have a second. Any other motions?
Yeah, I'll nominate Joe Knowles for vice president.
I'll second it.
Any questions on the motion? Take the first one first. All in favor of Jesse Sloan for vice president?
Vote aye.
Aye.
Against? Against?
Against.
Hello? Anybody there?
I don't think you have to be against it, Joe, as long as you're not for it, I think.
Again, for these, Council President, sufficient, just ask for the yeas. If we don't get to 3, then we'll move on to the other nominees.
Okay, the vote for Mr. Sloan falls to not enough votes. So the second motion will be for Joe Knowles. Everyone in favor, please say aye.
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 Mr. Knowles?
Aye. I said aye.
Anybody against? Joe Knowles has it. Congratulations, Joe, Vice President, 2021. Okay, we have number 5 on the agenda, election for Township Secretary for 2021. Do we have any motions?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we nominate Ed Kisselback for Township Secretary for 2021.
Do we have a second on the motion? I'll second the motion. Do we have any other motions?
Yeah, I'll nominate Ed Tukmajian for township secretary for 2021.
Do we have a second to the motion?
I'll second it.
Okay. Start with the first one for Ed Kisselback. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. 3-1.
3-0.
3-0.
3-0. 3-0. Number 6 on the agenda, Township Assistant Secretary for 2021. Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion, Mr. Polari,
Go ahead, Mr. Tagmasian.
that we accept and approve the election of Debbie McGreen for Township Assistant Secretary for 2021.
I'll second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 7 on the agenda, appointments of municipal clerk pursuant to section 2.25 of the code. Do we have any motion?
I'll make a motion to nominate Debbie McGreen.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Any question on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Against? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 8 on the agenda, appoint a certified public accounting firm to examine all township accounts for 2021. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. President, thank you. Maley LLP, I put their name up for that, for the certified public accounting.
We have a motion.
I'll make a motion that we nominate as recommended by the mayor.
We have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Can I, Mr. Polari, excuse me for a second.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there any questions?
Sure, you can have a question.
Yeah, just a quick question. How long, I know we approved them last year too as well, Mayor. Just as curiosity, how long have they been in service with us?
A year. It's their third year.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 9 on the agenda, designation of an official depository for township funds during 2021. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. President, Penn Community Bank.
Have any questions on the appointment? Okay, we're looking for a motion.
So moved.
I'll make the motion.
We approve the mayor's recommendation to use Penn Community Bank for the
already made
depository
a
for
motion.
township funds for 2021.
I'll second it.
I already made the motion.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Designation of Bensalem Township News Media for legally advertising during 2021. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. President, Bucks County Courier and Times.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion that we accept the mayor's recommendation for legal advertising for 2021 being Bucks County Carrier Times.
I'll second the motion.
Question on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 11 on the agenda, designation of the monthly meetings for the year of 2021. We have a list that Debbie has sent us separately with all the different dates and where they fall. Anybody have any questions on those dates?
Yeah, we have to highlight it in yellow are dates that conflict with activities and holidays, and so we have to replace those, I believe, at this time with dates. Is that correct? So that's what we need to do. For example, starting with September 27th, October 11th, and December 6th. They conflict with either holidays or activities.
Did she already change them, or we have to change them?
We have to change them. It's not her position to change them.
Okay, all right, no problem.
It's on the proposed sheet that was sent to us.
I didn't know, like, what the days are that the dates are. I don't have a calendar for me.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory if you have it in front of you, the outline, September 27th, which is a Jewish holiday. And I guess the last question would be, I guess, to Jesse, is December 6th, which is the last day of Hanukkah. So these 3 dates you have in front of you should be moved.
So we
Yeah,
can make,
December 6th can stay. That I think that's okay, but I do appreciate moving the September 27th meeting.
Jesse, can we move it to the 28th, to Tuesday the 28th? Is that okay? Or should it be?
To be honest, those 3 days, the 27th, 28th, 29th, are all holidays. It's kind of like a week-long holiday.
Okay, so the first open day will be what, Thursday then?
Thursday, yeah, the 30th.
That's fine with me.
Maybe, well,
Well, I don't know. I would think we either want to change it to the following day, or the previous week, or the following week, which if it's on the 27th, there is no other. Go ahead, Joe.
if I could, the memo says it runs from Wednesday, September 20 to Wednesday, September 27. I think it should say Monday, September 20 to Monday, September 26.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I thought you already moved it to
And
Wednesday.
so I'm looking online here. It appears to, Suckett appears to end on Monday, September 27. So if we went to Tuesday, the 28th, we should be okay.
Well, there's another holiday that follows right after that. The 28th is another holiday, Shmini Atzeret, and the 29th is Simchat Torah, another holiday.
So should we make it the week before?
Yeah, I think if it's
Why don't you
the
just cancel the
week
meeting?
before or the week after, or if we need to cancel that particular meeting,
Well, is it 28th? Is that, I don't know what holiday that is. I don't know, but is that a religious holiday that would prohibit
Yes.
you from participating? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, they're pretty significant holidays in the Jewish
Okay.
calendar. Yes.
All right.
Why don't we change it to September 20th? That's
Yeah.
so it would be the 13th and the 20th.
Yeah, September 20th be good.
I would rather move it to the 4th. I mean, the 20th really is the start of the holiday that evening.
Right.
Have the 20th of.
I know this is council's call, but why not make it easy on yourselves and just make it the following day of all 3 holidays?
Can't because it's another holiday.
Because then it goes into,
Okay.
Carries you out to Thursday. You wanna-
He's saying it's another holiday the next day.
Then I'll suggest either Thursday, September 30th, or we bump it a full week to Monday, October 4th.
Well, it's got to be within a month, I think. But why don't we make it September 30th, and then if we have to have it, we'll have it September 30th in case there's something important there, and if not, we'll
Well,
end up postponing.
I like Joe Polari's idea.
One other thought, if the 27th is a holiday and October 11th is the holiday, cancel both and have one meeting on October 4th in between the 2 weeks.
Can you do that?
Sure.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
I'd rather spend the rest of the night on it. You fine with that, gentlemen? October 4th?
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So I'll make a motion that we cancel the September 27th meeting. We move October 11th meeting, 2021 to October 4th.
I'll second that.
Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 12 on the agenda, advice and consent of a mayoral appointment for one member to the Code of Appeals Board for a 3-year term. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. I put up the name Ed Davis.
so moved.
I'll second.
Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 13 on the agenda, advice and consent of mayoral appointment on 3 members to the Community Development Advisory Board for a 1-year term. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. President, Paul Giordano, Ernesto Veneziali, and Mark Winiker.
I'll make the motion that we accept those 3 members for the Community Development Advisory Board.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 14 on the agenda, advice and consent of mayoral appointment for seven members to the Disabled Advisory Board for 1 year. Mr. Mayor.
6.
Mr. President, put up the names Lorraine Semino, Matt Neem, Joel Polari, Phyllis Pish, Nick Quattrone, and James Wright.
I'll put that in the form of a motion.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any question on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 15 on the agenda, advice and consent of mayoral appointment of 11 members to the Drug and Alcohol Advisory Board for a 1-year term. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Put up the names Rosemary Angle, Frank Curran, Lisa Diasio, Nicholas Diasio, Juliana Johnson, Emmanuel Jones, Wayne Lewis, Gene Polkowski, Frank Schilling, George Seymour, and Rita D'Angelo.
I'll make a motion that we approve as recommended by the mayor.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 16 on the agenda, advice and consent of mayoral appointment for seven members of the Economic I guess it's 4 of the 7, the Economic Development Corporation for a 3-year term.
Thank you,
Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Put up the names Paul Giordano, Frank Maycumber, Cliff Greer, and Leo Wislowski.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any question on the motions? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 17 on the agenda, advice and consent of mayoral appointment of 12 members to the Emergency Services Advisory Board for 1 year. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Don Anderson, John Tchaikovsky, Ken Farrell, Fred Harron, Ron Harris, Lance Morrell, Joe Polari, Robert Race, Michael Ritchie, Rod Sponheimer, Kurt Schutzenberger, and Tom Topley.
There's a
I'll
motion.
that we
Burger, by the way.
I'll make a motion that we approve as recommended by the mayor.
Second.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 15 on the agenda, advice and consent of a mayoral appointment of 3 members to the Environmental Advisory Board for a 3-year term. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Put up the names Alkesh Desire, Kathy Martini, and Thomas Caldwell.
I'll make the motion that we accept those names for the Environmental Advisory Board for a 3-year term.
I'll second the motion.
Any question on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 19 on the agenda, advice and consent of the mayoral appointments of 7 members to the Gaming Advisory Board for 1 year. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Walter Arch, Joanne Fields, Mary Ann Griffin, Nadish Patel, Sunny Patel, Donna Patty, and Rita D'Angelo.
I'll make the motion that we accept those 7 members recommended by the mayor to the Gaming Advisory Board for a 1-year term.
I'll second that.
Motion.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Vote aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 20 on the agenda, advice and consent of mayoral appointment for 6 members to the Impact Fee Advisory Board for a 1-year term. Mr. Mayor?
It's actually 7, Joe, I
That's
think.
7 members, Mr.
They're written-
Okay, and then there's a, okay, sorry about that.
No, it's not.
I put the names Stacy Champion, Mary Ellen Cook, Deepak Dewan, Tom Nerowski, Frank Payne, Ramesh Patel, and Mike Petra.
I'll put that in the form of motion, and we accept these names presented for the Impact Fee Advisory Board from Mayor Joseph DiGirolamo.
I'll second the motion.
Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it. 5-0. Number 21 on the agenda, advice consent of mayoral appointment of 2 members to the Planning Commission for a 4-year term. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Joe Domzowski and Ed Tokbajian Sr.
Well, I will put the motion up to accept those names as recommended by the mayor for the planning commission for a 4-year term.
I'll second the motion.
Any questions on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Against? Motion passes 5-0. Number 22 on the agenda, advice consent of a mayoral appointment of 4 members to the Senior Citizens Advisory Board for a 1-year term. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Buzz Ebner, Robert Gale, Alice Cresco, and Barbara Carter.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the mayor's recommended appointees to the Senior Citizens Advisory Board. And I just want to say that it's really unfortunate that one of the members of the board did pass away last year. And I just want to say we do remember Frank Zeidler all very fondly, and we'll certainly miss him.
I'll second it.
Any questions on the motion?
No, and I'll add the same comments that Frank Zeiler and his wife Barbara together were spearheading the Senior Advisory Board, and we'll miss Frank, and God bless his wife and everything she can do, and we'll continue working with the township for sure.
Yeah, she'll be back in the future.
I just make add a comment to that Barbara has taken kind of a sabbatical this year. She wants to be back on next year if possible. So I just want to add that to you. She needs to take a year off because of the situation and her husband. And known him for many years. He helped me build my store. So he was a great guy, and all of you know that, so I'm not telling you anything, but we look forward to Barbara coming back.
We hope she stays part of what's going on during the year. We'll always be here for her if she needs us. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 23 on the agenda, advice and consent of mayoral appointment of 3 members to the Vacant Property Review Board for a 1-year term. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Bill Samori, Jeff Darwack, and Al Googler.
I'll make the motion that we accept the recommendation by the mayor for those 3 individuals for the vacant property review committee.
I'll second the motion.
Any question on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 24 on the agenda, advice and consent on my mayoral appointment of 7 members to the Veterans Affairs Advisory Board for a 1-year term. Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Ray Bates, Richard Cliff, Patrick Jones, Jim Pinto, Bruce Seamers, Joe Slemmer, and Joe Trucks.
I would like to make a motion to accept the mayor's recommendations for the Veterans Affairs Advisory Board for a 1-year term, and I'd like to add, thank you for your service, gentlemen.
I'll second the motion.
Any question on the motion?
2 Navy guys are,
Stick together.
yep.
Absolutely.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Ayes have it, 5-0. Number 25 on the agenda, advice and consent of mayoral appointment for 2 members.
One,
One member to the zoning hearing board for a 5-year term. Mr. Mayor,
Thank you, Mr. President. I put up the name Al Champion.
and I will
I'll
put
make
that in
a
form of a
motion to
motion.
accept Al
that.
Champion for the zoning hearing board as recommended by the mayor.
I'll second the motion then.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Against? We have an approval 5-0. Okay, that went pretty smooth and pretty quick there, guys. We're into number 26, other business from supporting personnel.
Mayor?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, thank you again, Mr. President. Congratulations on you and all of the, our board for 2021 coming up. Certainly, everybody knows about what's going on with COVID, and it doesn't look like it's getting any easier on us. And especially for all these boards that these people volunteered their times. I want to thank all of them for putting their names up again. It's been, it's really tough. And Debbie, I thank you for all your hard work and the communication that you had to get all these people back and get them fill out their papers. And I know it wasn't easy because of, but again, I thank you for your hard work. And again, thanks for all of the volunteers. They're giving up their time with us, and hopefully we can get back to some sense of having all those meetings that they haven't been able to do. The other thing I'd like to bring up is Unity Week. Now, you know, Unity Week starts on January 18th, goes through the 22nd. Well, this year it's virtual. So again, it's a lot different than what's been going on in the past. And it always starts with Martin Luther King's birthday, and that is on the 18th, and it goes through that week. So every day there'll be something. It'll be virtual. You can go to B3T website, www.bensalem3t.org, and the Bensalem website, www.bensalempa.gov. And all the schedules will be on there. And certainly, if you want, just call the township and we'll keep you up to date on everything. But that's coming up. It's a big week here in Bensalem. We look forward to it. And again, it'll be virtual. It seems like my whole life is being virtual. So that's what we have to live by, and that's what we're going to do and hope for the best. And I want to wish all of council the best upcoming year for Bensalem Township. We have a great place, and I always say I love Bensalem. And we'll continue to do that. So thanks, everybody, for all your hard work, all of council.
Thank you, Mayor. Mr. Pizzo?
I have nothing to add other than Happy New Year to all of you and everyone in the community.
Thank you, sir. Debbie, you have anything? Nothing? Okay. Mr. Sloan?
I'd just like to echo the Happy New Year sentiments, wishing everyone a very happy and healthy, and stay safe.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Talkmazian?
Thank you, Mr. Polari. Just wanted to congratulate you on your position. I also want to thank the mayor and Debbie for the work that was put into providing a lot of this information for this evening. I know it's something that I know in particular Jesse and I had pushed for and asked the mayor several years ago when we originally got on council in terms of these applications. It provides good insight in terms of understanding the reasoning behind why some of these individuals want to serve on these boards. It definitely helps with the decision. And just to give a couple examples, for the Disabled Person Advisory Board, Phyllis Fish, she had notated a really good reason as to why she wanted to serve. Even Mr. Wayne Lewis, just being a former school board member, I think will be beneficial sitting on one of our boards too as well. I just to reiterate what the mayor had said in terms of these boards, we do consider these as really important boards and valuable. to Bensalem, and I know that council considers all the comments and input from these boards throughout the entire year. So thank you so much for volunteering and serving on these boards. Lastly, I just wanted to wish everyone a happy new year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. Mr. Knowles?
Yeah, I just would like to wish everyone a happy new year. Everyone's glad to see 2020 over with. 2021 is going to be a great year. It's going to start out a little bit shaky still with the COVID. I would hope that everyone is safe, takes care of themselves, keeps their distance, wears their mask. The state fortunately has opened up the businesses, the indoor dining at a percentage, the hairdressers at a percentage, the local businesses at a percentage. So I would ask, and people are already doing this, but if you can reach out and support the local businesses that have had so much, hard time during COVID, no blame of their own. They've been shut down. They've been hanging in there. They've been investing in safety. We need to support our local restaurants and our local businesses. And I'm even tipping generously now. So that'll tell you something.
I need to see that. I need to see that.
So I just wish everyone a blessed year in 2021. And we just hang in there for 4 or 5 more months. I think this thing's going to be over with, and we'll be looking forward to more great things at Bensalem here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Knowles. Mr. Kisselback?
Thank you, Joe. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone, especially the council members, for having me as your president last year. It was a unique year, as we all know. However, together, I think we worked together really well. As a council, we accomplished quite a bit and had the opportunity to review different opinions, discuss them, and come up with what I think was the best for Bensalem for the upcoming year. So, gentlemen, I want to thank you for serving on council alongside of me, and thank you so much for your input for the year that made us all a better community. I'd like to congratulate the new executive board. Joe Polari, congratulations to you for the upcoming year. Good luck. And the same thing with Joe Knowles. Good luck in your position as filling in when Joe cannot be here as the vice president. I'd like to just bring up to point the volunteers in Bensalem on the boards that were presented by the mayor. We appreciate everything that you do for us. There was some question as to being sworn in. If you would like to be sworn in your particular office and you are being appointed for the first time, if you were being reappointed, it's certainly not necessary, but if you're being appointed for the first time, you can contact our judges, Mike Gallagher, as well as Mr. Judge Joe Falcone, or you can call the mayor's office and make an appointment, and he can also swear you in. Although to be a participant in your board, it's not necessary. So even if you don't get sworn in, you're still a member of that board and you can participate. And as soon as a meeting is called, whether it's virtual or whatever, you're part of the group. So thank you for everything you do for us as a board member. And thanks again to the council that we have. I can't thank you enough for the year that you made it easy for me and made it really a rewarding year for Bensalem. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you all that participated. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Ed. I'd like to thank the mayor and his staff for the hard work they put on all through the year under unruly schedule and having to get things done and not being able to be open for business a lot. I think the mayor and his staff did a phenomenal job. I'd like to thank council for the same thing. I think council worked hard together to try and do the right things for the residents of Bensalem Township. It just goes to prove that, we can work hard together, get things done, and help the people of Bensalem Township. So I just want to say thank you to everyone for all the hard work. Wish everybody a happy New Year 2021, and hopefully it'll by mid-end of the year we'll be getting back to somewhat of normal. Number 27 on the agenda, public comment. Mr. Pizer, do we have any public comment?
We have received no comment either prior to this evening or during this evening's meeting. You're
Number 28 on the agenda is a motion for adjournment. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, gentlemen,
All right.
ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Night.
Have a nice evening.
Happy
Guys.
New Year, everyone.
Happy-
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Be safe.